Info.
In a world filled with dreams and aspirations, there are those who dare to turn their visions into reality. They are the backbone of our economy, the small, medium, and big businesses that drive us forward. From the quaint corner stores on Broad Street to the local boutiques and small business in Balogun, medium-sized businesses fuel the engine of growth, providing job opportunities for countless individuals. These businesses form the lifeblood of our economy, working hand in hand to create a thriving ecosystem of commerce and prosperity. On Balogun Broad, we celebrate the resilience and ingenuity of small, medium, and big businesses. We don't just keep an eye on the stock exchange market, we're in touch with our local markets too. Join us every Wednesday, 5 to 6 p.m. on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Well, it's the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts, and today on Hard Facts, every Wednesday, we take you to Balogun and Broad Street. Yes, and on the show today, we're going to be talking about Nigeria's economy and the recovery plan for the presidency. Of course, we're also looking at our cost of living crisis and what we're having to deal with right now. My guest is joining me via Zoom. Muktar Mohammed is an economist, and of course, we've had him over and over again. But Muktar, we're going to start with Mr. President's speech from yesterday and how he addressed the economic issues and some of the things that he somewhat said they're going to do in dealing with the economy. But we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, I'll play that video for you. Stay with us, Lagos. We'll be right back.
Hey, Lagos. Who else bothers about a time where in Nigeria we'll have uninterrupted power supply, a time where the queues at the filling station will reduce because people are just buying for their cars and not for generators, a time where noise pollution is no longer a thing? Well, the energy crisis in Nigeria and West Africa is not just an inconvenience, it's a barrier to economic growth. Power outages disrupt daily life, businesses, and stifle opportunities for millions of Nigerians. And right now, the quest for a reliable and sustainable energy source is urgent now more than ever. So mark your calendars, Lagos, because the 11th edition of the Nigeria Energy 2024 conference is happening this October. Yes, from October 15th to 17th at the Landmark Center in Lagos. Join an elite gathering of industry leaders, innovators, and experts, and this will be your chance to witness, influence, and help shape the future of energy in Nigeria and across West Africa too. You can be a part of the movement to address our energy crisis head-on and deliver lasting solutions that would light the path to a brighter and more sustainable future for our region. Be part of the solution, Lagos. Go register now at That's www.nigeria-energy.com for an opportunity to join the conversation and be a catalyst for change in the Nigerian energy sector. Head over to www.nigeria-energy.com and register for free in less than a minute. Yes, it's free, okay? Be part of the change that you want to see. All this was brought to you by Nigeria Energy. It's the Nigeria Energy Conference 2024, and they'll love to see you there.
Well, it's still Balogun and Broad. Let's take a listen again to what the president said about the economy and what his government plans to do about it. If you're watching, we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We're looking at Nigeria's economic recovery plan, if this federal government has any. And we're also talking about the cost of living crisis that has been a continuum under this administration. And one is wondering, when will we be able to get out of it? My guest will help us to make sense of it. But here is Mr. President from yesterday.
This concern is shared by many around the globe as prices and the cost of living continue to rise worldwide. My fellow Nigerians, please be assured that we are implementing many measures to reduce the cost of living at home. I commend the governors, particularly in Kebbi, Niger, Jigawa, Kwara, Nasarawa, and other Southwest governors that have embraced our agricultural production program. I urge other states to join the federal government in investing in mechanized farming. We are playing our part by supplying fertilizer and making tractors and other farm equipment available. Last week, the Federal Executive Council approved establishing a local assembly plant for 2,000 John Deere tractors, combine harvesters, disc riders, bottom plows, and other farm equipment. The plant has a completion time of 6 months. Our energy transition program is on course. We are expanding the adoption of the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas for mass transit with private sector players. The federal government is ready to assist the 36 states and FCT in acquiring CNG buses for cheaper public transportation. Fellow
Well, there you have it. The president talking about the economy, the cost of living crisis. He mentioned it. A lot of people would have said, well, the president didn't really address these issues, but he did mention it. He talked about agriculture. He called the names of some governments, saying that, oh, you know, these people have been working in that area, somewhat, you know, saluting them for their effort. And earlier today, Mr. Mohammed, we heard the Ministry of Agriculture saying that some more rice will be coming to states like Lagos, Abuja, and Borno states, which didn't sit well with a lot of Nigerians. But let's start by looking at Mr. President's speech and how he addressed the cost of living crisis. Was it really addressed, or was he rolling out a scorecard of sorts? And were the scores really accurate?
Maryann, I think it was another campaign by Mr. President. It was like he was campaigning. I didn't see any scorecard there, because what he was saying is this is what is, as well as this is what we are going to do. State government will come. There's nothing new that Mr. President has said here that he have not told us before now. In every opportunity he has, whether through his chief press secretary or in whatever medium. So I don't see anything new, because it's still same, no actions. What we just get is promises from Mr. President and his team. So I for one was not really impressed with the speech. Was I looking forward to the speech? I actually wasn't looking forward to it. Was I disappointed? I wasn't disappointed, because all his speech has not addressed core issues. Anytime he comes to make a broadcast, it's not about the core issues. It's always to roll out his scorecard or to tell you what he's about to do, not to address what people are saying is the challenges. So we didn't address any challenges. And some of the things he said, 30 billion in terms of foreign and direct investment. And again, he contradicted himself, because he said when they came in, the foreign reserve was about 33, was about 30. They moved it a bit 33. They moved it to 37. Then he now said he attracted 30 billion. So I wonder what $30 billion would have done for foreign exchange, because they will have been shouting of lack of liquidity. That's why the Naira is going the way it is. And we have even been trying to borrow just 1.59 billion from the World Bank to show off our reserves so that we get. So I don't know where, because the CBN came out and said that they've just been able to attract, I think the Minister for Finance said they attracted about 2.39 billion into the foreign reserve to move it to about 37 billion. So it's I don't know who must have preferred the president's speech and what was the reason behind it. But again, there were a lot of things that were said there, that were not right, were not correct.
Talking about
when you talk about,
I'm so sorry. Talking about fact checking, because you know, I'm sure one of your colleagues, someone who you know very well, Kaluaja, fact checked Mr. President's speech, and I'd like to read out what he posted on X. He said the President's Independence Day speech, specifically the economic parts, are filled with inaccuracies and falsehoods. He asked the same question that you asked: who vetted it? How can the President say he cleared ways and means of 30 trillion naira or attracted FDI of $30 billion? These are not simple errors. These are gross lies and falsehoods, and it's pretty straightforward to fact check this. He also went on to say the media and strategy team of the president must realize that when President Tinubu speaks, it is a record. It is his audience that is outside, also for his audience that's outside Nigeria. This audience includes investors and multilingual or multinational agencies. He goes on to say, how does a Bloomberg trader trust a nation whose president says FDI again, foreign direct investment inflow was $30 billion in 12 months, yet the reserves are $37 billion and the currency is depreciating to 1,700 naira to a dollar? I mean, for many, they would say that, oh, these are mere discrepancies. But like Kaluaja has said, this really makes us look really, really bad to these foreign investors that Mr. President has continuously said he's trying to bring into the country, doesn't it?
Well, Maryann, you might be surprised, but I think how much of those foreign investors have really brought into the country? So how many of them have really come in? No foreign investor will come into your country when you have a very volatile exchange rate than what we have. No foreign investors will come into your country when the rule of law is still like going to the highest bidder. No foreign investor will come into your country when your cash cow, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, cannot even give corporate governance in terms of releasing their result when and coming up with a lot of fallacy, like making about 3 trillion a year, saying they're broke. So there are a lot of things that would attract foreign direct investors. None of them, even the CBN policy of hiking rate to attract investors, how many of those investors have really come? Despite the kind of rate that we are giving them to come and buy in our bonds, in our treasury bill and others investment instruments. None seems to be coming because, again, it goes beyond attracting investors. There are a lot of things that you need to do that could attract investors without you even hiking the rates the way we are doing. So definitely, I think I can't but agree with him with all what he has said, that Mr. President's speech was full with a lot of incorrect statement. And I'm surprised that up to this moment, the Mr. President handlers are not thinking to address those issues that a lot of people have been coming out. Even the opposition party, the PDP, also said the same thing as regard Mr. President's speech. I think it's not good for a nation where your number one citizen seems to be saying something and what is on ground is different. It's what they still call it propaganda, but I normally tell people what we call propaganda is just you garnish it. It's lying. It's lying. It's not propaganda. It's propaganda to fit into the elite class, so that you cannot tell an elite. It's not like in Africa, they say you cannot tell an old man that is lying. So when you hear propaganda, it's just a way of saying you cannot tell the politician that is lying. You now say he's using propaganda. I think it's not good for a nation at this time.
Now, let's talk about something that the president made reference to in his speech. He talked about the economic stabilization bill. He stressed that bill is vital for controlling inflation, stabilizing the naira, reducing unemployment, and addressing persistent fiscal deficits that jeopardize the nation's economic future. But the bigger question is, Mr. Mohammed, what could be the implication of this bill for Nigerians if it passes? Because again, you and I are still here arguing about the discrepancies, the falsehoods, and, in quote, audio promises. If this bill were to come alive, what it would be its implication from your perspective as an economist?
Well, it would be a good bill because, again, cost of businesses would definitely go down. We would be able to attract investment with good foreign direct investment, portfolio investors. They would definitely come in because that bill will address a lot of issues, talk about tax holidays for companies that will employ some Nigerians. It talked about giving a lot of incentive. But again, what you ask is why is the bill a bill that can change the fortune of Nigeria? Why is it taking it so long a time for them to be passed in the National Assembly? When it was time to pass the national anthem, it was passed in record time. because that was Mr. President's personal agenda. So why is it taking us so long the time for us to pass such a bill, which will turn around our economy? So, and you see, the president seems to make comments and then make utterances, and then you go back and begin to tell you something different. I give you one. Remember that about 3 months ago, almost 3 months now, Mr. President made a statement that they will stop tariff. There will be a suspension of tariff on household food items in the means to drive down inflation. He did make that mention that the tariff will be eliminated. And then later on, the Ministry of Finance was supposed to send the list of those products to the Nigerian Customs Service. And that did not happen. Customs said they were waiting for the Ministry of Finance. Today, yesterday, we were hearing from the Taiwo Oyelede, I call him the taxman, and saying that that bill could not see the light of day because it still have to go through the National Assembly, that it cannot come through an executive order. But the president made an executive order. So I don't know, they may need an enlightenment on what is an executive order and what, for my own understanding of executive order, is that it supersedes whatever law that it is, because an executive order it's like a national emergency. So I'm surprised that we are still back there. And so that's why you see that household item foods are still very, very expensive, because the exchange rate today is 1.5, tomorrow is 1.6, next month is 1.7. You have to sort for it, so you won't be selling at a loss. So definitely those were bills that I thought would be a game changer for Nigeria. I expect that Mr. President would have been telling us on October 1st that he has already will also begin to see Dangote and buy crude for Naira, and would have been seeing those reports today that finally that deal is on. But yet you go out in Lagos, I don't know about other part of the country, you still see fuel queue, you still see queue all around. It still calls for like maybe panic buying or whatever, because people just think that some of the policy statement from this administration has not been followed up thoroughly. You don't have implementation. So I'm not excited about it, because again, like I said, if it's a very important bill, the president should be pushing it, not giving national honor to the Senate president, and then also after that giving the Speaker of the House of Representatives national honor, which they are now saying no, they don't want. They want the first national honor, because you can see the trivial things that they are using to distract Nigerians when Nigerians are hungry, when they are not addressing key economic policy. I thought Mr. President will use the opportunity of speaking to us to talk about this economic stabilization bill and say that he's putting more pressure on the National Assembly that will get it out as soon as possible, and not just mentioning it. Like I said, most of the president's speeches is all about I will do this, we have said we should do this, we are going to do this. There's no that you can really pick out and say it is working, and you say, okay, maybe Mr. President is telling us that we are in 10 or 20%, we still have a lot. So the only good thing about his speech is, which for me is good, was when he acknowledged that there is hardship in the land, that he can hear our cry. So that definitely is good for him to know that Nigerians are suffering. But again, he's telling us to
be patient,
to tie our belts, and that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that the administration is going into physical responsibility. And I ask myself, what is physical responsibility when your children are hungry and you're driving on a private jet for over $150 million? How is that a responsible way of trying to manage the resources of a hungry nation? So I have my comment when it comes to Mr. President's speech. I don't think it will.
I'm going to go on a break. But when we come back, I want us to address some other issues, especially the rice, which is thrown at us every time we complain that we're hungry. And also, Mr. President promised that in addressing this hunger, he was going to take 30 days to have a youth confab. I'll ask you as an economist how economical this will be for a country that is struggling with its economy. Muktar Mohammed is an economist and is joining us on Balogun Broad. We're going to go on a break, Lagos. When we come back, the phone lines are open. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Post your comments on Nigeria Info FM. Your questions, your comments on this issue. We're looking at the cost of living crisis. Will we be ever able to get out of it under this administration or even in the wars to come? Stay with us. It's still the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon.
99.3 Nigeria Info will be right back.
I don't tire for them. Even for inside the semo and rice.
Store your grains and other food stuff them fresh inside the Bako Zero Fly storage bag for up to 2 years. Where insects them no fit enter. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. They use better hermetic technology to buy insects within inside the grains. After you don't tie the bag well for 3 weeks, it will protect your grains them from insects waiting outside. Come keep them fresh and safe without any preservatives. Follow these steps for better protection. Step 1: arrange your grains and food items them inside the Bako Zero Fly storage bag. Step 2: tie the bag well so that air no go enter. Step 3: keep the bag for one corner. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. They everywhere for Nigeria and now that approve am. Buy your own today. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. Bag will protect.
Good day, my people. I have a message for you from Nigerian Breweries PLC.
Nigerian Breweries PLC?
Yes, and it's about your rights.
Rights?
Yes, Nigerian Breweries PLC is offering a rights issue of 22 billion. 107,491,232 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each at 26 naira 50 kobo per share. So as an existing holder, it's an opportunity to increase your shareholding in the company. Hope I have spoken well.
Take advantage of this opportunity. Participate in the Nigerian Breweries PLC rights issue today. Acceptance period opens Monday 2nd September 2024 and closes Friday 11th October 2024. Visit www.nbplc.com to download the form. Complete and submit it with evidence of payment no later than Friday 11th October 2024 to any of the issuing houses or receiving agents in the rights circular. Nigerian Breweries PLC. Winning with Nigeria.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
I don't know, man. These days, all you hear is save, invest, save, invest. Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 Naira or that urgent 2K in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue.
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guarantee Trust Fund Managers is a subsidiary of Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
A long time ago, in the heart of Egbaland, when the skies were dark and all hope seemed lost, Lishabi arose, a man of few words, but his actions roared like thunder against the tyranny and oppression from old Oyo. Lishabi is a story that will take you back where a single man's courage changed the fate of his people.
Find out how it happened in Lishabi, The Uprising, now showing on Netflix, with plans starting from 2,200 Naira.
Sorry, madam. There's an emergency at the shop. They need you now. It's a serious...
Nothing is more serious than a Golden Morn breakfast with my family. Don't you understand? All our winnings start with a nutritious golden breakfast. Now, sit down. Please join us.
Yes, ma'am. At once.
Breakfast is serious business. Handle it with a nutritious Golden Morn. Now with a great new look. Trust Golden Morn to help fuel your family to win every day. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
good to win in the Cowbell So Creamy, So Good promo. With 150 million naira worth of cash and loads of free airtime up for grabs. To stand a chance to win, simply buy 10 sachets of Cowbell 12 gram or 1 Cowbell 320 gram refill pouch. Submit the empty packs to any collection center near you and exchange the sachets for a scratch card. Scratch the card to reveal a unique code and text the code to 1393 to enter the draw. Promo runs from October to November 2024. For more info, visit www.cowbell.ng. Terms and conditions apply. Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined boy. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player don't count for 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira. My name is Well Done. Okay, well done. You want to tell you well done, you won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
Africa is all connected. With Turkish Airlines FlyFest, fly to Europe, to America, and to Istanbul at special prices. Book your ticket until December 15th for flights between September 15th and December 15th. For details, please visit turkishairlines.com. Turkish Airlines.
Auntie, you are enjoying, oh, only you. Peppered rice, amala, nkwobi, masa, cake, and now ice cream. I hope you have Jesty Fizz on you.
Jesty Fizz? I never leave home without it.
That's right, Jesty, the new natural effervescent powder for an instant refreshing relief from heartburn and stomach indigestion. Just add Jesty into cup of water, drink, and you're good to go. Jesty, your relief on the go. Jesty is from the House of Gestede. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Made and marketed by Ranbaxy Nigeria Limited, a Sun Pharma company.
It's a new era. The UEFA Champions League is back. The best clubs in Europe clash in the most dramatic fixtures. Watch the UEFA Champions League live on Supersport. Upgrade to Compact Plus and stay connected. DSTV, your home of football.
You define better odd. I bet you one play cause over 1.5. I bet you one bet say both seem no go score at all. Yeah, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our odd, chabura top. In all day for bet baba. You win money, bet baba. Cash out today easy or bet baba. We get online games for you to play. Oh God, yeah. We get better bonus. Money me no dollar. Yeah, now bet baba day so. Cash out no sharp. Oh darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Experience true luxury in Emirates First from Lagos, with daily flights to Dubai and beyond to over 140 destinations. Unwind in your first-class private suite. Dine on sumptuous cuisine at any time. Lose yourself in over 6,500 entertainment channels, or drift off to sleep on your fully flat bed. Fly Emirates First and take off in your own private world. Book now at emirates.com. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
You can buy your house with house money. You can build your home with house money. You don't have to break the bank to build that house that you've been dreaming of. Don't worry anymore, we have got your back. Let us make it work at GDL House Money. Working together, funding together. GDL House Money. We're making your dreams come true. GDL House Money. Working together, building together. GDL House Money. We're making your dreams come true. Na 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 na.
Download
the GDL Plus app or call 07000 500 600.
It's Customer Service Week, and here at Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and Ariwa Radio, we want to appreciate our reputable clients for your constant and continuous patronage. PhD, All Seasons Zenith, Media Reach, Media Perspective, Media Fuse, Scout Media, Nitro 121, Acuity, Brands Yard, Algorithm, Intensity, SBI Media, Media 100, Globacom, Brand Eye, Maxi Media, Media Seal, Universal Macan.
We want to thank you for your patronage and assure you of our continuous outstanding service delivery as always, and also offer you more packages to serve you better.
Attention, all secondary schools, get ready to speak up, stand out, and make your voice heard. I beg to differ. Secondary School Debate Tournament Season 8 is here. If you have the passion, the skills, and the will to win, this is your moment. Auditions for this year's season ends Sunday, October 6th, 2024. Don't miss this chance to compete with the brightest minds in Lagos. How to enter? Visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the I Beg to Differ banner on the homepage. Choose only one out of 3 topics listed. Argue 2 minutes in favor of and 2 minutes against the topic you chose. Upload your 4-minute recording in MP3 format. Fill in your other details and submit. This is open to secondary school students between the ages of 13 and 16. Register now and prove that you have what it takes to be an I Beg to Differ champion. I Beg to Differ Debate Season 8, the Tournament of Champions.
Introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance, Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. A unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria, now available in both perfume and body spray variants. Designed for everyone. Yes, Wazobia is a unisex fragrance, perfect for both men and women. Its rich and versatile aroma is a statement of inclusivity and unity. Unleash your confidence with each and every spray. Are you a retailer or do you love to buy in bulk? We've got you covered across Nigeria. Wazobia Perfume comes in cartons of 24 bottles and the body spray is available in cartons of 48 bottles. Interested in making Wazobia Perfume a part of your collection or store? For carton purchases, contact us at the email address contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng or call us at 0201 330 0047. That is 0201 330 0047. Ready to assist with order. Wazobia Perfume, the scent. Your new signature fragrance is just a call or a click away. Authentic, unisex, confidence, Wazobia. Ladies and gentlemen, it still is the season of giving. So says oneplay.ng. That is why they want you to dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Yes, if you want our money, dial that code. Or you could go to the website at www.oneplay.ng, as in one, the number one, PLAY.ng. Once you get there, select Nigeria Info as your station, and just like that, your ticket will be in the draws. Of course, you have to commit the paltry sum of 500 naira to each ticket. Now, you can play as many times as possible to give yourself a bigger chance of winning. And remember that your chances of winning are pretty much the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or you use the code *347 *880 *3#. Now, remember that at the end of the week, there's going to be a 500,000 naira jackpot. I know it's mind blowing. You can't beat that. You definitely can't beat that. So, your qualifying for that is dependent on you playing the game during the week. What am I trying to say? I am saying when you dial *347*880*3# from your phone or go to the website at oneplay.ng to play the one play game every day, you automatically qualify for the jackpot that comes at the end of the week on Friday. Yes, it's announced on Friday. That said, ladies and gentlemen, play responsibly. Make sure you are playing with only what you can afford. And once you play, make sure you keep your phone very close because that lucky call could be coming in at any time. Yes, at any time. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Keep playing, keep winning, and keep smiling to the bank.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband doing that.
You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann.
All right, we're back. It's still Balogun Broad, 99.3 Nigeria Info. My guest is Muktar Mohammed. He's an economist. We've been analyzing Mr. President's Independence Day speech. We're talking about the cost of living crisis, the economic recovery plan, if there be any, and of course, what the government plans or how they plan to deal with this issue, if we're ever going to get out of it. Muktar, before we went on that break, we discussed, the bill that the president mentioned in his speech, and we've also talked about taxation, which is another thing. I tried to see if I could ask manufacturers about this the tax issue that was raised by Taiwo Yedele, if it was a welcome development, if it will help businesses to grow, etc., etc. But let's talk about rice. The Ministry of Agriculture is going to be sending rice to Lagos, to Borno, and to Kano. And it seems, sincerely, everyone keeps asking, is rice the solution to our economic woes? Because that seems to be the mantra, I'm using the word mantra loosely here, of the government every time Nigerians scream for hunger. But do you see us surmounting these problems anytime soon, Doctor?
Oh, well, when it comes to rice, every average Nigerian home will normally eat rice. So they felt that to make us happy, then we need to start eating rice, and the government was going to subsidize rice. But again, like I said in the program before now, rice for Nigerians, when you eat it once in a while, maybe weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, everybody eats rice. There's a common food that we all eat, and today is beyond the average Nigerian, and nobody's talking about that. Beans. Nobody's talking about beans. Beans is more expensive than rice.
Yes.
And we are not importing beans, and that's why it's more expensive. And that tells you that because of the crisis we have in the south, in the northeast, north central, northwest, and that is something we should address. But nobody is seeming to look at that. That is something that we locally produce. And if Nigerians have substitute for rice, then the term of demand and supply will come to play. And once demand and supply comes to play, most people will dump rice and begin to take things, and then that will drive down the price of rice. So it's simple, but again, the president is talking about rice. Everybody's talking about rice. But I have not seen the rice. Some civil servant that I spoke to said that collecting the rice is like what the Bible says, like the needle going through the eyes of a camel, because again, the cow passing through the eyes of the needle, how the camel passing through the eyes of the needle, because you have to submit your NIN, you have to submit this, you have to the documentation because you want to get a bag of rice. So I don't think that is the solution. You see, we're meant to understand that you teach a man how to fish rather than giving him fish to eat. What Nigerians are saying now is that make the environment conducive for us. Let us have more jobs. Let us have living wage. if you buy rice at 40,000, will the remaining 30,000 minimum wage be able for you to cook the rice? Or you just be boiling the rice and eating the rice?
Let's not forget you have to pay your NEPA bills, and there's been an increase. Most people have been on.
You understand, energy cost is rising. I just read this evening that some people are shouting, "Don't take us to band A. Don't try it. We'd rather remain in band B because the cost of band A is too expensive." So a lot of things are happening, and we need to be addressing those issues. We know that according to the Minister for Power, why we have those band A is that expensive because of the exchange rate. So why are we not dealing with this exchange rate issue? Why are we attracting $30 billion into our economy, yet our exchange rate is still going to 1,700 in the parallel market? Why are we not addressing the retail end of the parallel market, which is the cause of the kind of pressure we are seeing in the Naira? Maryann, if you are traveling, you are not looking for $10 million. You are not looking for $5 million. All those can be gotten through the autonomous market, the willing buyer, willing seller market. But what is driving the exchange rate is the person that just need $1,000 to travel. Is the person that need $1,000 to travel. Is the person that have to pay school fees of $10,000. So they will go to the retail space, and in the retail space, you've not really attract that scarcity in the retail space. That's why we are getting the kind of the kind of exchange rate that we're having, and it's also in turn affecting businesses. Yes, you talk about the tax reform. I for one think that the tax committee is one of the best committees that President Tinubu have ever established. They seem to press the right buttons, but again, I think they are constrained because most of their policy will have to go through the National Assembly. They have to lobby the National Assembly to make sure those policies see the light of day. He told us, he said yesterday that by today we would have seen a gazette from the government.
He said it was gazetted and it would be published today, but I don't think that we've seen it yet.
Up to this now, but Nigerians' official closing hour is 6 o'clock, so we still have a lot of time.
Wait.
And again, it's a government paper.
We've got a few more minutes. Yes, let me open up the phone lines because people have been trying to call this whole time. They have questions, they have comments, and I think the bigger question is, will we be able to get out of this situation? Does it seem like the government have an idea of how to get us out of here, or is this a situation of running from pillar to post? Many people would even say that this is more of a trial by error. I really don't know. But join the conversation, Lagos 0201 465 7190 for the ladies, 0201 277 0993 for the gentlemen. Send us a WhatsApp message. You can post your comments on our YouTube live stream. I'd like to hear from you. Join the conversation. Go straight to the point. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hi,
yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening to you and your guest.
Good evening.
Whenever you bring Mr. Muktar, I just feel so happy because he speaks truth to power. No matter who works is God. Maryann, you've asked what I wanted to ask about the rice issue. But another thing I want to say is this. Sir, I want to ask you a direct question. If you were part of the people that gave loan to this government and you see the way they squander money and they guzzle it up, sir, will you decide to forgive their debts? Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Boli. Mr. Muktar, would you, if they're asking for debt forgiveness?
I think I've said it that they can't give us debt forgiveness because when you see that Mr. President, through the Vice President went to United Nations and was asking for debt forgiveness. I think it was just they didn't know what to ask for. Just put it in that speech because debt forgiveness comes with a lot of issues. When we had debt forgiveness before now, there are a lot of things that we need to achieve before you give us debt forgiveness. Have we been able to achieve that? And you're asking for debt forgiveness. The people are looking at the financial recklessness that is happening. Like he said, the people, President, you are saying that you forgive your debt, but you could buy an Airbus of 15 years, and the one you sold to them was 19 years. So what's the difference? So we are not serious. I don't think they took us serious. You see, nobody talked about it. And most of our debt are even to Chinese. Chinese are not even saying anything.
Wow. It's interesting. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Maryann.
Good evening.
My question to your guest is this. Maryann, the president in his speech made two serious statements that I picked. One, he said, youth will gather for 30 days 30 days. Is that?
I was leaving that for I was leaving that for the last thing to get Mohammed to speak. But go ahead.
Big Brother federal government version, or the second one he said. The second one he said that Nigerians are resilient. So is it taking advantage that because people are resilient and they are coming up with obnoxious policies? Please, I want your guests to address this issue of 30 days gathering youth, hard-earned taxpayers' money that is not available, and they will be in hotels, they will be fed. Are they trying to gather disgruntled youth so that they can brainwash them, so that they can come out and prepare them for 2027 to brainwash people? What exactly is going on? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pastor Ladipo.
Thank you, Pastor Ladipo. I think this is how we're going to end the conversation because we have just 3 minutes. Let's talk about that. Even though I'm going to have a full session tomorrow with a lot of youth to see if, because the bigger question is, who did the president consult with this, youth conference, and what is this youth conference going to address that could not be addressed in other ways?
Well, Maryann have said it that in this administration they say it before they begin to think of how to achieve it. So Mr. President have said it, and after he said it, he's going on leave for 2 weeks. So it's supposed to be a 30 days jamboree for Nigerian youth. So it's going to be those youth that will be available for the politicians to pick. It's going to be those youth that have supported some of those politicians. So it's a payback time for the youth that voted for politicians and those in the ruling party. You see that 90% of the people that will make that list will be chosen by the politicians in those states and those that voted for them. So
you don't have. So you're telling me that you have no, you don't actually expect anything good from this youth gathering, because
Maryann,
that people are.
Do we need a youth gathering for us to know what the youth needs? The youth have said what they need before now. They've said it. They came out and they end bad governance. They brought a lot of recommendations to Mr. President. Which of those recommendations have been addressed? The people that led that protest were youth. Up to today, some youth that led the end start protest are still behind bars. Or even those that did the end bad governance some of them are still behind bar. So what are you saying? You don't need a prophet to tell you what Nigerians youth need. Nigerian youth, all they are saying is provide employment for us, make the environment enabling for us. You are saying we are all over the world striving. Why are we striving all over those places? Because the environment they have an enabling environment for us. Some of us should like where they are, some of them don't like it. You see a lot of racist sentiment those youth have suffered in these countries, but because of they don't have a place to come to. They would rather sit down there and make sure that they earn a living. And what they are earning there, they don't even have enough to send to their parents or their friends back home. It's not because of the exchange rate now. It looks like those money are huge, but they cannot even pay their bills there. So let's be sincere. It's just a government, like they say, is trying to brainwash them. We have had so many seminars. Do you remember the
confab
committee?
Yes.
The confab. What has that done? What 30 days? We have. There was a time Mr. President told us in 6 months' time that the economy would take a lift. He gathered all the big wheat. Tony Elimolu was there. Aligo Dangote was there. Ishaq Rabiu was there. The chairman of the Manufacturing Association was there. What has become of that committee?
I guess that's the question
I normally say something, Maryann. It's only in Nigeria we see a snake. And the snake is just right beside Maryann. And we have about men that can kill that snake. They will say, no, don't kill the snake. We need to go and set up a committee who come and ask, how did the snake find his way here?
We have to
Why is the snake there? And at the end of the day, by the time it's time to kill the snake is gone.
Mr. Mohammed, thank you so much for coming on the show. I can feel your pain. Muktar Mohammed is an economist. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Hopefully, better days will come. In the meantime, we'll keep our eyes on the ball. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
A pleasure always, Maryann.
All right, thank you. Well, that's it, Lagos. After this, we're going to bring you the news at the top of the hour. After this break, we have some information for you, but don't forget, follow Nigeria Info on all of his social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube. My name is Maryann Okon. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. MIMIEYO. I'll be back tomorrow with a group of young people.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Grandpa, who's the man in this picture?
People call him a farmer, but he's more than that. He's a mountain that can't be taken down.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.